Hey, what's up? Brian here with the Holy Roller, and I have the free cruise offers right here. All the details, let's talk about it.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps and winning free cruises. I'm going to show you what it's all about, so let's get rolling.
All right, I wanted to take just a few minutes to go over this, but before we get started, you might say, hey Brian, why are you doing this? Why are you doing the Holy Roller channel? Why would you tell everybody about how to get free cruises and for playing in the casino or playing craps on a cruise? What does it matter? Why does it matter? Well, you know, one of the things is because when you find something really good, you want to share it and you want to let people know. The other thing is, one of the things that we do, we actually have a network of people called the J-Line Network, and it is a network of people that like to use their experience and resources to help others. So it's all about helping others achieve greatness in every part of life. One thing that we found out not too long ago is that we found out, you know what, not enough people take time to get away, recharge, vacation. So back in 2020, we actually started at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, we actually started a travel business, and this isn't to sell you anything because it's only available for those within our network, but we started traveling. In the midst of when nobody was traveling, we started traveling, and you know what? We found so much, what do you call it? Like peace and rest and just being alive and fulfilling and living life in a time where it didn't feel like you should have fun or you should travel or you should have any aspirations for the future. We decided, you know what, we need to do this. And so we went out and we started a business. It's called the J-Line Adventure Club. And it wasn't about cruising at first. It was about just vacationing and going all different places. And so when we did that, we thought, you know, this is something that other people have to experience. We decided to pay for a cruise way back in 2019, early 2020, where we were going to go on a cruise. And of course, it got canceled. And then it got canceled again. And we rebooked and it got canceled again and again. And finally, when cruising opened back up and we were able to get on a cruise, we went on a cruise. And we had a excursion for this one island, a perfect day at Coco Cay with Royal Caribbean. And we had not an excursion, but we had a, what do you call it? A cabana, and it cost like $600. Our whole family was gonna come. And by this time, only my wife and I could come. So we still had this $600 cabana that we were gonna spend the day at, and it was gonna be amazing. And the weather permitting, of course, and the weather didn't the weather didn't cooperate with our plans. And that port actually, because of the weather, windy and all that, we couldn't actually port. So then we were gonna have a day at the port, but we ended up having just a on the boat, not on the port. And we were like, what's going to happen with our $700 or $600? And so we said, let's go find out. And they said, well, it will be refunded to you as onboard credit. And at this point, we thought, man, cruises are expensive. I don't know if we're going to go on cruises a lot, but we have this $600 onboard credit. So let's just use it, whatever, let's do it. And so we went to a specialty restaurant, had a nice meal. And by this time we had a couple $100 left, and there wasn't a lot to do because the plan was to be on the shore at the perfect day at Coco Cay Island. That's where we were going to be, on the private island. But we weren't there, and so we heard this announcement where it said, we're going to open the casino early. And so we thought, oh, well, why not? Let's just go. We're going to use the money somehow. Let's just have fun in the casino. So we came to the casino, and we started playing and just having fun and stuff. And of course, I like craps, so I was playing craps. My wife was playing some slot machines and different other stuff. And we went back and just used the money. And I think we probably didn't lose it all, but we used our onboard credit in the casino that we were going to have with the cabana. Well, so anyway, I don't know how much maybe we lost it all. I don't know, $600 in the casino. And we get back to our room the next day, and there's a certificate, a complimentary free cruise certificate. And I'm like, what is this? And so I grabbed it. I came back down to the casino, and I was like, what happened? Where did this come from? Like, how did we get this? Did we win it, like some jackpot or something? They say, no, all you do is when you play in the casino, you earn points, and when you get those points, they earn you a free cruise. I'm like, well, how many points? You know, and it was actually, the certificate was in my wife's name. And I'm like, how many points did she get? Oh, she got, looks like she got 800 points. I'm like, 800 points? How many points did I get? You know, and they're like, oh, you got 400 or something. I don't know how much I got. Because at that time, I was just watching her play a lot. I wasn't really playing a lot. But I was like, I said to him, how can I? Okay, so she won a free cruise. Can I win a free cruise? And they're like, yeah. And so finally, I get enough for a free cruise, but we find out that these free cruises are not for one person, but for two people. You get a complimentary cruise for two, a stateroom for two. All you have to pay is the taxes and port fees. So on this cruise where we had $600, she gets 800 points. I get 800 points with that money because we didn't have any extra money that we brought with us for, like, budgeted for this and entertainment in the casino, and so it ended up where we got two cruises to choose from: a complimentary cruise for two for her, a complimentary cruise for two for me. And we went to the next cruise area, and we said, do we have to book them both now? And they, no, you don't have to, but within 7 days, if you will, you can book them and they will be there. And I said, well, how much would it be for us to, and there's these dates you could choose from. And it was our anniversary. There was a cruise that was leaving on our anniversary week. And I said, what about the cruise right here? It's a 7-day cruise. What about that one? And they said, that will be $272. And I'm like, okay, $272. Okay, so that's like almost $600. And they go, oh no, that's for both of you. And I'm like, what? And they said, all you have to pay is the taxes, port fees. So it was $272 for a 7-day cruise for both of us to be on that cruise. And I was like, okay, let's book it, you know, and we booked it right then. And then so I had my other one, and they said, you have 30 days to book that one. And I was like, 30 days? Because when you get a certificate, it's good for 30 days. But if you book within the 7 days, you get like a bonus for doing it. And I was like, so if I book within 30 days, if I don't, I'll lose it. But if I do 7 days, I get an extra bonus. And I wasn't looking to do this. You know, this was our first cruise. We're going to go to our second one. And from her certificate, and on mine, I was like, well, I'm not worried about doing it within 7 days. I'll just wait. And the cruise we were going on for our anniversary was within the 30 days. It was like 20 days or something like that. So then, you know, make a long story longer, I guess. We go to the to that cruise, the second cruise, and so we're on the second cruise, and I notice this paper again. I see this paper again where it's like, and I'm like, wait a minute, okay, this is a free cruise we're on, and I thought about it, and I thought, what if we just win another one? You know, like, win another one, you know. And at this point we only had about 800 points. So then I start looking into the system a little bit of how it works, and how if you get 2,500 points, not only would you get a free cruise like certificate, but then you get to pick any date of a 7-day or less cruise that you get to go on. If you get 2,500 points, I'm like, okay, how much is it going to cost to get 2,500 points? By this time, I thought, the cruise that we picked, I mean, it would have cost us like $1,000, $2,000. At this time, I didn't know about bankroll or have anything to do with bankroll as far as like not spending too much. But I thought, hey, well, let's win another free cruise if we can, because I still have one I can book, and we're on one. And so then we're there, and then we go to the casino again, we get the points again, and by this time, our 800 points from last time and the current cruise that we're on are adding up, because there's a cruise promo that however much you get during the cruise you're on, but then there's also, it resets every year, so it stacks up. So then we get a stack up where we got our points stacked up on from the last cruise and this cruise. So now we're like at 1,500, 1,600 points each, and I get another cruise, she gets another cruise, and we have 30 days to book it. Now, this is the thing, 30 days to book it, but there's dates that go out months and months in advance. So then we're like, okay, well, let's book the one that I had to book within like 5 days. Let's book that while we're here. And so I booked that one for the next month. And then the one that I won on the second cruise, I said, well, let's do the next month. And we booked that one while we're there. So we had another one, and this is just a couple $100. But this is the thing, we won the money to pay for those in the casino, so it really didn't cost us anything. We just thought, you know, because I think I won like $2,000 that trip. So I'm like, okay, I have $2,000 that was up. I was up $2,000, and by playing craps. And so I thought, you know what, this is amazing. Let's just book all these cruises. And so we get this cruise, we book it, we get another cruise, we book it, and then she gets another cruise, we book it within the 30 days. And by this time, we paid for one cruise, like full price, but we went on like, I think 6, you know, and of course, because we went up. But then I started thinking, wait a minute, what if I didn't win all that money in the casino? What if I would have lost more money than it cost to go on the cruises? Then this wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it to lose like $2,000 and go on a cruise that cost $1,000. But I was like, well, $1,000 each. Wait, let me figure this out. So then I started doing some calculations, figuring out, okay, how much would it cost for the entire cruise for 2 people? Let's not bring more than that for our bankroll. And if we can win that, then if we can, even if we lose everything and win a free cruise, I thought to myself, even if we lose, we wouldn't, because we can't lose if we win a free cruise. That's what I thought in my mind. We can't lose if we win a free cruise, as long as we don't overpay. That was my motto. I didn't want to pay like or lose, you know, $4,000 in the casino and then say, wow, I got a $2,000 cruise, because then I'd be double overpaying. So anyway, then, like I said, make a long story longer, is we just started figuring out, okay, that's one thing. Don't bring more money than the cruise would have cost. You know, that's one. And then the other thing was, what else are the costs? You know, so then I had to start thinking about the other costs that like line up in the cruises. And I'm like, okay, so we're gonna need to think about getting to the port. Like, what port are we sailing out of? Is it in Florida, because we live in Colorado and we're flying out of Denver? Is it in Galveston, Texas? Is it in LA, California? You know, or is it up in Orlando, or even up north in New Jersey or Baltimore? Like, where, you know? So then, of course, when we booked those cruises, we weren't thinking about the cost of getting there, so we were just like, whoa, $272 or whatever it was for the cruise. And so paying the taxes and port fees for $272, we didn't calculate the flights getting there. Well, with the flights getting to the port, we actually have a Southwest Visa card where my wife flies for free, and of course we use the points, so I fly for free. And so she's a companion with me, and all we have to do is pay the taxes and whatever fees that the airline has. So a round trip ticket, when we use our points, a round trip ticket from Denver to Orlando or Florida or wherever we're going, a round trip ticket for each of us is $11 and something cents each. So we get to fly for like $22, $25 round trip. So I'm like, okay, this is a life hack. The cruises is a life hack, you know, and that's what we do with the network. We teach people how to not only create multiple streams of income, but also not pay full price for different things. Now, if you're the type of person, and it's okay, if you're the type of person that says, you know what, I'm not looking to hack any system. If I want to do something, I'll just pay for it. And that's great. If you have the money to pay for it, then go for it, pay for it. Don't worry about hitting the points and trying to get a free cruise and all that. Just pay for the cruise, and that's fine. And there's a lot of people. In fact, we were at a situation where we could do that, but I know that not everybody is in a situation to do that, and so they don't get to experience things that maybe some other people that are more fortunate. Not that they're less fortunate. I'm just saying there's certain things that are on people's radar. Like, I grew up thinking I would never go on a cruise because that's for rich people, or we don't have enough money for that, and that's how I grew up. But you know what? I was like, we came to a place in our life where we're like, you know what? Let's do something we haven't done before. Let's go on a cruise. So yeah, I paid for the first cruise, and I wasn't planning on going on a cruise again because of how much it cost. And so being that it cost so much, I was like, I'm not doing it again, not gonna go on a cruise again. But when I got that free cruise offer, I'm like, of course I'm going on a cruise again, because I know how much it would cost if it wasn't complimentary stateroom for two. And so then that's where this comes in. I went to the casino host. I was like, tell me everything about it. And of course this is when the selling was opening back up. And I was like, is this just because you're trying to open back up and get people to come? Like, when is this in? How long is this gonna last? He goes, no, we've been doing this for a long time. The casino has a certain amount of staterooms that are designated for comps. Just like when you go to Vegas, play in the casinos, they have rooms, they comp their room. But this is the different thing that I thought. When I came here, I'm like, okay, I've been to Vegas, I've got a comp from Vegas, but I never got a comp show. I mean, I got a comp show, but this includes the stateroom, it includes the shows, it includes the buffets, it includes the shows, the entertainment, the ports, the traveling, all the stuff that it includes for just that really low price. And I was like, wow, I cannot believe that this is the way to do it. So when we started that business, that travel business, we wanted to hack the system, get people to like be able to go on a trip and we made it very inexpensive for people to go on a trip within our network. And so as people did that, it's like, wow, this is amazing. But then when I went on a cruise, and I'm like, whoa, I don't have to think about food, what I'm eating. I could, the dining room is amazing. And I'm like, this is so much more. And I thought to myself, I'm like, even if we paid full value, this cruising has a great value to it, even if you paid the full price. And I thought, well, now that we don't have to pay full price, how much of a value is it now? I mean, it's almost, and I was joking around, I was saying it's almost cheaper to be 7 days on a cruise than to spend 7 days at home or whatever, because you have to buy your food, you have to buy all that stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing, mind-blowing, boom, So what I want to do now is I just want to go over just really quick the different points and what you get for those points, and then the final thing I'll do is I'll tell you about the network, which I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I just want to let you know we want to, within our J-Line network of people, this is a people, like-minded people, whether they love cruising and craps or whether they just want to help other people, because some people would say, Brian, how do you do that? How would you, like, they would get a free cruise or a free cruise offer and they can't do it, they can't go because they have to work. And so many years ago, like 4 or 5, well, it's been 6 years now, I started multiple streams of businesses. I was coaching people in businesses and starting their business and multiple streams of income. So it takes years to get where you can be financially free, have your time freedom back, and not be locked to that job. But with that, taking time to coach people, help people with multiple streams of income so that they don't have to do the 9 to 5 clock in, clock out kind of job, and you can work from anywhere, because that's another cost we had to calculate. We need internet. We need to be able to work from anywhere. So we have life coaching, health coaching, and business coaching that we do, and that's what we do with our life, and that's why we're able to travel, because we pretty much work all the time. Like right now, I'm on a cruise. It's a port day. Everybody's at port. The casino's closed. I decided to come and do this. This is part of what I do, and so how do I do it? It's because I do it with people like you and others that are part of our J-Line network. And what they do is we have partners that scholarship or partner with us to help others, and they do it for $10, $25, or $50 a month. And so there's different levels, and you could check it out at the website. But basically, a lot of people say, how can you go on these cruises all the time? How do you get off work? It's like we work all the time anywhere, and we have multiple businesses that are bringing in income, and so we are working. We just have this. We're very fortunate to be able to work from anywhere, and so our J-Line partners don't pay for me necessarily to they're not giving me my bankroll money, and they're not like paying for a cruise for me. The revenue from other businesses is what does that. And so what I wanted to do is I thought a challenge. Okay, not only do I want to help people with this channel, but I thought, why don't I do a challenge and try to create an income that this lifestyle, or being on a cruise, playing craps on a cruise for a free cruise, actually will develop and build its own income, so it doesn't cost any more money out of pocket, or any money that it would be coming from any of our partners or anything like that. And so I thought, I'll start a YouTube channel, I'll get some subscribers, and hopefully with the ad revenue coming in, it will be enough to pay for anything, even like the cheap flights, or very inexpensive flights, I should say, and the different things that we would have to do, because there is costs associated, like the taxes and port fees. How can I come up with enough money within the month through a business? And so other businesses have been paying for it, but I said, you know what, let's make a business, this channel, a business that would pay for everything. And so yes, this, because we're on a cruise and we have a business, this any expenses we paid for to get here, although it was very inexpensive, are a tax write-off, because this is our business, this is our income for this part of our life. And so we teach people how to use different incomes and assign those incomes to pay different things. And most of the time, people have one income and everything's assigned to it. So what we do is we teach people how to just bring in multiple streams of income. And so if you want to know more about that, check the link in the description, go to our website and check it out. But really, I don't want to kind of cross what we're talking about here. I'm just telling you the story of how we started doing it and how we are doing it. So just you viewing and liking and subscribing and being a part of the journey on all of our other videos and stuff, thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot to us. We do have a link where in the description you can contribute to our bankroll and our monthly giveaways, because we give away within our network. We give away where we're bringing people with us on cruises, because my wife does a room and I do a room, and then we take a couple with us, and then we just switch rooms when we get here. And I don't know if I should say that, but that's what we do. But we always just go to guest service and say, I need my room switched, and they switch it right over. But so we're doing that with people within our network, and our partners, they have the ability for $700 to come on a cruise with us. And what that does is that pays for their taxes and port fees and our taxes and port fees. And so that's how we're building this business to do that. And we're coaching them and teaching them how to hack this system. And some people might say, well, if you hack the system or take advantage of a system, won't it go away? I don't know if it'll go away. Like I said, they've been doing this for years, and there's always changes and tweaks within it. But we're riding the wave, and our channel here, we're going to actually stay up to date with any kind of changes that are happening, so that we can help our viewers and our partners know exactly what the next steps are, if there are any changes. So right now, we've been waiting all video to talk about this, so why don't we just do it right now? We're gonna just talk about it. We're gonna talk about the 400 points as the base level, and so at 400 points, you get $100 off, okay? And notice there's nothing here on the bottom on these first two. There's 400 points, 600 points. So the bonus on the side, this is when if you book within the 7 days. All right, so that's if you book within the 7 days. And but then look at 800 points. It says complimentary stateroom for two if you book within seven days, or $250 off. Now, I find that this remember, I find that this at the 800 points, in my experience, it has been within 30 days that you can actually do that certificate. But because the $250, it's $250 off, and so what happens is once you get to 800 or 1200 and you have these bookings, I believe, and people that I've coached, they've gotten postcards in the mail when they got to this level. So even if they miss this one here, and it's only $250 off, they actually got a postcard in the mail for a complimentary free cruise that they can just pay the taxes and port fees. So I would say if you're planning on coming, I would always try to get to that $1,200 point level. And so, but how many dollars would you need to get to the 1,200 points? It really just depends on how you do it, the strategies you use, and that's why I always feel obligated to share a strategy if I'm going to show people how to do it. And maybe my strategy won't work, but making sure that you don't bring too much money that what a cruise costs is important. But even if it was 1,200 points, and you brought $1,200 for 1,200 points, and you lost all 1,200, then you'd be paying for the next cruise, and hopefully, and maybe you get up a little bit and it pays for. But I think I've seen people get 2,500 points with $800. I mean, it really just depends on how everything, or how the dice roll, or how the slot machine stops, or whatever it is. It really just depends, and so with that, the level of getting to 2,500 points, you can see it's 2,000 is an interior stateroom that's automatic, and then you also have that at 1,200, no, 1,500, and at 2,000 you have that. Okay, so instead of 2,000, I would try to get to 1,500, because then you have it, and it's not just money off after 30 days, and then you get some free play, $100 worth of free play when you're there on the 1,500 mark. So that would be a good goal when you come on the cruise, to try to get 1,500 points. If that costs $1,500, then at least you're going to be on the cruise, and then from there you have a chance. And so yeah, you should bring a bankroll. I've been trying to do it with people for like $300, $400, but just trying to get them to that 800 level, and then them booking within the 7 days. I mean, that's the key, because then once you book, then your points add up. When you get to that 2,500 level, you actually get a complimentary free cruise that you have to use within the year. And so there's a lot more to it. I have other videos that explain how it works, but I just wanted to kind of share the story of how we stumbled upon it. And exactly, this paper is what you want to look at every time when you come to the cruise and you get to the casino. You want to find this paper, take a picture. I actually just took it off the poster over there, and I'll put it back. Don't worry. But so other people can see it. But this is this is the promo for the actual cruise. Every cruise has a promo, so always find the casino host and then check the current promo, and then always check your points every single day. I've taken people on, and I would say be disciplined, not only to check your points every day, but at least to do something every day, because there's all kinds of stuff to do on the cruise. You got the ports, you got the excursions, you got all this stuff that you can do, and the shows, and it's like, I don't want to go to the casino, there's all this other stuff to do. And so I would always say just plan a session per day, however many, if you're going to do, but I would say at least do an hour per day. But if you do between 1 to 2 hours, and try to get, and not just in the casino, but if you're at a table game, if you're going to play a table game, play that table game for at least 1 hour. That's going to help your comp value go up, and your average bet go up when you are there for an hour. If you walk up to a table and are only there for 5 minutes and then walk away, it's actually going to hurt your points when you do stay longer. So because it divides it based on time. So don't go up really quick and then leave really quick. You got to be disciplined to actually stay there. And I would say be disciplined to actually do some time in the casino. And you might say, well, I don't want to do it, I'm gonna just pay full price. That's fine. You could do it. It's okay. I'm just talking about the steps that we would do. And so anyway, with all that being said, I thought it would be nice to at least share the story and share how everything happened. And so I truly appreciate you for watching. And until next time, I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon, because if you get a free cruise, you can't lose. And you can't lose if you get a free cruise. Anyway, I'm trying to work out some more phrases that I can say for us to remember. Before you take off, check out this video. This video right here will just be another video that you can watch to hopefully help you get one more step closer to getting a free cruise offer. Yeah, that's what it's here. That's what we're here for, right? All right. Thanks for watching. See ya.